7.
I think we're the oldest too.
Maestro Harvey, would you like to come up and warm us up a little bit? With your song, and maybe you have the page number.
I get my hair gray like you're. He says, look, you're the only one here with gray hair, so I started coloring mine. That was years ago, not recent. Look, you're the only one here with gray. Proves we're the oldest. Harvey's gonna be right up here, right?
No, this is just some warm-up music.
Let's get them on a page.
Oh, I'm on page 128 at the bottom.
Join Harvey. It's a song that he sang last week.
Cantor has sung it before with a different melody.
Yes. But I
Yours is a
really
fast
want to
mode.
do this. Yeah, this is regal and royal.
Achama me rosh ha'ilanot nistalka bo'u v'neitzeh likrat Shabbat hamalka hine hi yoredet hakedosha haberucha ve'ima malachim tzva shalom umenucha Boi, boi, hamalka, boi, boi, hakala, shalom aleichem, malachei ha-shalom.
Why don't you tell us a little story about that image that you have every time you hear this song, takes you to the camp? When I hear this song, I think of that image that you explained to me.
I went to a Habonim camp, Moshava, in Annapolis, Maryland, when I was a teenager. And Friday night, we'd all go down to the seashore, which was really a creek shore, the Gingerville Creek, all dressed in white. The youngest kids had, with pebbles in the sand, had written Shabbat Shalom. And that's where we had our Kabbalah Shabbat service. And that included this song. That's all.
Thank you. And everyone dressed in white, right?
Everyone dressed in white.
Everyone dressed in white for Shabbat. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Oh, it's a quiet night here at Shir Shalom. And I wish everybody, again, a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom from the crazy weather reports. You just don't know what to think. We're either getting 1 to 2 inches or 1 to 2 feet. It depends if the storm wobbles north, and if it wobbles north, how long it stays, and then before it wobbles back south again. And so we will know more tomorrow, unless we all wake up to surprise tonight. Anyone have inside information, wants to share that you really have a strong feeling this or that's going to happen?
They closed the thruway from Fredonia to like near Orchard Park.
Already?
Yeah,
So the thruway is closed from Orchard Park to Fredonia.
I don't know if Orchard Park is, but I know
Oh.
Fredonia
To
to the end of the southern tier.
the end of the southern tier. Well, it looked like a mess was happening already hours ago. What else? Anyone else have anything to share about the storm? Harvey, were you saying something about the storm?
We're expecting no snow until tomorrow.
I said maybe that's why we got this small.
Oh, yeah.
He said no.
Well, what do you expect for tomorrow?
We expect to be at normal place for Shabbat.
Uh-huh. And what's your prediction?
Inch or two.
Inch or 2. That sounds good. Except not in the south towns. So let's turn to page 128 again for some Hine Matov. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Rabbi Anav, would you like to light the candles tonight? And say Kiddush? We will join you off. If you want, I'll sing it, whatever you want. Wicks. Shanu b'mitzvotav v'tziva le'adivner shel Shabbat. Let's see if you have some wine. You do. All right, here we go. Page 123. Everyone together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei b'riah gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom tefillah le'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshcha be'ahava u'b'ratzon inchaltanu baruch atah. Amen. L'chaim.
Real wine,
And how does it taste?
like real wine.
Like real wine. Let's turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi Dodi Likrat Kala Penne Shapan Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penne Shapan Nekabela. Number 1. Shamor V'Zachor B'Dibor Bechad Hishvi Anu El Hamuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad L'Shemo Tiferet L'Lit Gila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shama Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shama Nekabela. Verse 2. Likrat Shama Likuvenecha Ki Mekon HaBeracha Berosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'machshava Tehila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shama Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shama Nekabela. Let's go to verse 9 and we'll rise. Bo'iv Shalom, and we'll face the door. Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola toch emune am sikula. Boi kala, boi kala. Wave to your friends. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Kene Shava Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Nekabela. Page 146, Baruch Hu. Let's go to the page before, 145 for a reading. How about in the middle of the page? Page 145, let's read together. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise. Each morning and night you renew your days. Let my days be today as the one before. Lest routine set my ways. We remain standing for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please remain standing. Let's go to page 150 for Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shokmeinu u'v'kumeinu Nasihach b'chukecha V'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam v'layla v'yavatecha hatasim imenu li'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. We turn to the Ve'ahavta. 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'otecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavecha V'shinanta levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shotbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot ayadecha v'hayu letodavot beinecha וכתבתם המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Let's look to page 157. We'll do this reading, responsive reading. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there's one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nation singing on the shores of the sea.
Page 158. Vi kamocha neta bakodesh nora tehilot ol sefele nora tehilot ol sefele Malchutecha rabu vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam ze'eliadnu ve'ameru Adonai imlach Adonai imlach le'olam va'ed Kifadanu nait Yaakov, ugalo yeb miad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, God Israel. Let's read on 161, the top, Let There Be Love, together, in the Hebrew, in the English, and then the Hebrew. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Please rise as we turn to page 164. We will observe the Amidah silently, and when you have been seated, you can start at page 164, and do any of the readings that you wish until around page 180, or if you like, you can just think of the prayers of your heart on this Thanksgiving weekend. Not to disturb anyone, but let's all turn to page 177. On this Thanksgiving weekend, we need to do a reading of thankfulness. Modim anachnu lach. We're going to do the reading on the top together. God of goodness, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. God of goodness, we give thanks. Well, usually at my Thanksgiving table, we go around the table and we offer or at that particular seating, right? It can change from day to day. Sometimes it can remain constant from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. I do feel a little bit guilty because we didn't do it this year. It was just hectic, right? And there was few of us, a little small but wonderful little Thanksgiving gathering. But we didn't do it this year, and I feel a little bit guilty because I think even for those few that were there at the table, we would have enjoyed sharing that. So let's turn to page 180, and we'll sing Oseh Shalom together, a song of peace. Oseh Shalom b'meroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'himru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Let's turn to page 371 as we kind of hold our finger there to hold the page for us. And I'm about to read the Mishaberach list, and then we will look around the room and see if there is someone that is thinking of someone particular who'd like to call out their name this evening. On our Mishaberach list, we have Sammy Altman, Jeff Balsam, David Cohen, Laura Croak, Gloria Fine, Denise and Jarrett Gilden, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Dave Imholtz, Joseph Irving Zockheim, Barbara Kane, Alex Katz, Remy Levine, Miles Levy, Gail Lewis, Anthony Logalbo, Shelby Madsen, Howard Lewis Myers, Angela Robillard, Cheryl Rossi, Cindy Rotella, Paul Roy, Sarah Korn Rothschild, Brandon Ryan, Deb Serino, Mohan Chetier, Carol Silverman, Jerry Strobel, Susan Tobe, Renata and Wolfgang Toll, Mary Weiss, Mike Wheeler, Carla Barchana, Yosef ben Zissel, Hanan Ezra ben Shuel, and Shmuel ben Bug. Yes. Yes.
Linda Gross. Mark Kleiman. Carl Klingenschmidt. Mary Hurst. Diane Kramer. Joe Bartlett.
It's Rabbi Bergman, had a baby girl. Within a few days, she was diagnosed with leukemia. So that's her name.
Oh We take all these names together and we wish for healing, a complete and utter healing, a refuah shlema. As we are on page 371, we will chant the Mishaberach. Mishaberach avotenu mikor habracha lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, I would now like to call up Rabbi Einav, who will be speaking to us this evening on
Ele Toldot. Okay. So we'll start with Shabbat Shalom. Before I start, there's a number of people watching the live streams. I just want to take a moment and say hi to them and Shabbat Shalom to them, to our family, to my family, my friends, and to my friend Gary in Dubai. So, this week, before I start, here's a quick little question. How many of you think that within your family structure, children, grandchildren, the dynamics are absolutely perfect? If you can put your hand up, get some tips. So, this week, we reflect on the Torah portion, Toldot, a parasha full of drama, family dynamics, and important spiritual lessons. It tells the story of Yitzchak and Rivka, the birth of their twins, Esav and Yaakov, and the struggle that ensues between them. At the core, Toldot teaches us about the choices we make, the relationships we cultivate, and the blessings we give. One of the most significant lessons in Toldot is the importance of our choices. Yitzchak and Rivka, as parents, each have had a favorite son. Yitzchak favored Esav, and Rebekah favored Jacob. Even though the rabbis do try to justify Rivka's actions, this favoritism does lead to deception, as Rivka helps Jacob trick Yitzchak into giving him the blessing that was meant for Esav. This story challenges us to consider the consequences of our decisions, especially when we think we're acting in the greater good. Rivka believed Jacob was meant to receive the blessing, but her actions ultimately led to deception, conflict, and a family divided. The lesson is clear. Our choices have consequences. And while we may think that we're doing what, integrity is crucial in everything that we do. And I'm going to take a completely different aside and just share with you that a week or so ago, I happened to participate at a Shir Shalom board meeting, and I have to say that it was integrity in action, not just words. So, the rivalry between Esav and Jacob also represent the struggles between the material and the spiritual. Esav was a hunter, represents the physical world, living for immediate. Introspective figure represents spiritual pursuits. The moment when Esav sells his birthright for a bowl of soup is a clear example of how we sometimes forfeit long-term values for short-term desires. This teaches us to recognize what is truly valuable, whether it's spiritual growth, integrity, or a relationship, and prioritize it over momentary pleasures. Just like Esav, we might be tempted to give up something precious for the sake of temporary satisfaction. But this week's Parsha, Toldot, reminds us to keep our eyes on the bigger picture. Another powerful lesson from Toldot is the significance of blessings. Yitzchak's blessings to Jacob, though given under questionable circumstances, changes the course of history. The blessing is not just about material wealth. It also carries spirit. This teaches us that this teaches us the importance of the words we speak. Blessings have the power to shape someone's life, to encourage and uplift. We should use our words wisely, always looking to build up others and empower them, just as Yitzchak's blessings shaped Jacob's destiny. And I just want to share with everybody that 2 days ago, thank God, I got accepted to this residency for chaplaincy with sisters. And as I was working on this Torah portion, I was sort of reminded that, yeah, this is what I want. I want my words to uplift, to comfort, and support and empower those in need. So I hope I'll be able to use my words wisely. The relationship between Yitzchak and Rivka also highlight the role of parents, hence was my initial questions to all of you, in shaping their children's future. Their favoritism led to a division between their sons, and instead of uniting the family, it created deep conflict. As parents, we must strive for fairness and nurture each child's unique qualities without biases, understanding that our actions deeply influence their lives and future. So if my children are watching this, if I messed up, I am really sorry. Them, whether in home or beyond, can have lasting effect. Toldot tells us to be mindful of how we support and love the people in our lives, and how we do so with wisdom and fairness. Finally, Toldot shows that even after wrong choices, there is always a path for redemption. Jacob's journey is full of mistakes and struggles, but in the end, he returns to his family and to his spiritual purpose. This teaches us that while we may falter, there is always an opportunity for growth and change through tshuva, returning to the right path. No matter our past, we can always seek to improve. And as educators, we know that. We can learn from our mistakes, we can make amends. Toldot offers us hope that we can transform, teaches us very valuable lessons about the choices we make, relationships, as well as the possibility of redemption. As we read this Parsha, let's all strive to make wise decisions, God help me, to bless others, to grow spiritually, and to correct our mistakes when necessary. Like Jacob, we can learn from our errors and move forward with integrity, fulfilling our purpose and legacy. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Let's rise and turn to page 586 for the Aleinu. לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמתם כנוכם וקורבנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו You may be seated. We are thinking of those tonight that are observing Shiva for Sandra Wisbaum, aunt of Bruce Wisbaum, and those observing Shiloshim, which is the 30-day mourning period, for Sherry Barba, Jet Haman, grandson of Deb Cohen, and Carolyn Sue Schregel. We have some yortzites we are observing. Hillard Abelson, Adele Bronsky, Gladys Berwick, Louis Cantor, May Corris, Gertrude Altman Covet, Lee J. Edelson, Catherine Faxstein, Morris J. Foreman, Elliot Frank, Fry, Abraham Gamler, Isadora Greenfeld, Lester Horwitz, Florence Kaplan, Henry Kaplan, Alla Kaplan, Meyer Chorus, Harvey Krebs, Herbert Levenberg, Joseph Levin, Olga Liebensgaard, Ruth Malik, David Markel, Morris Markel, Russell Niesengard, Millie Niss, Seymour Rauch, Jeanette Riveau, George Rosenfeld, Helen Rosakoff, Olivia Seldis, Bernard Sellers, Florence Sarote, Esther Schick, Cynthia Lee Siegel, Yetta Strauss, Sanford Sugarman, Nathan Unher, Illa Vroman, Luis Wasserman, and Daniel Weinman. Do we have some names we'd like to add to this list of observing Shiva, or someone that you're thinking of?
My mother, Cecile Taylor.
Yes. I have it here, but I didn't look on this. Thank you. Cecile Tegler. Okay, please rise if it is your custom as we turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael b'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brichu le'ela mimkol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. You may be seated. Thank you. We have announcements. Who is reading announcements? Thank you. We'll have Joanne come up and read announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Hope you enjoyed our Erev Shabbat service. Cantor, who did a lovely job, and Einav, Yasher Koach. We would like to thank our service greeters this evening, Sherry, Joe, and Randy. We appreciate your help. There is Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 in person and via Zoom at Temple Beth Tzedek, followed by the Shabbat morning service and Kiddush luncheon at 10:45, also at Temple Beth Tzedek. Nav is celebrating. Thank you to everyone who donated or volunteered for our Thanksgiving Basket Project. We assembled 500 dinners for various agencies. Special thank you to Julia and Chris Cohan, who helped chair the event. Thank you to everyone, again, who volunteered or purchased pies or fudge through the Women of Shir Shalom Becker Farm fundraiser. We hope you enjoyed them. And on the Women of Shir Shalom are having a Hanukkah party on Saturday, December 28th at 6:30. It'll be a game night and a Hanukkah celebration, including bunko with Nancy McGorry. And this is for men and women, and please join us. Thank you to Robin Raphael and Al Gellin for sharing their trip to the Northwest Passage at the men's group meeting last Sunday. It was probably our biggest turnout ever. It was over 50 people. Shabbatas is coming. Our last Shabbatas for the season will be on Tuesday, beginning at 4. Please feel free to order ahead on our website and save $1. Our Life and Legacy Leadership Committee is changing. We'd like to thank Craig Small for all that he's done for chairing this. Did an outstanding job, and Tom Lansing will be taking over as chair, and we're grateful for that. There's a weekly walk for hostages on Sundays in honor of Bring Them Home Now. Meet at the tennis courts near the bike path on North Forest at 10 a.m. Join us next Friday when Rabbi Alex and Cantor Frank will be back together for Jews of All Hues. And it will be a very interesting discussion from our Panama trip participants. Mark your calendars, Hanukkah's coming, so is Moanica. It will be a spectacular evening, beginning with complimentary pizza at 6, our Moanica Hanukkah service at 7, and a luau Oneg Shabbat to follow. And please wear your Hawaiian shirts. Chance to have Hawaiian shirt Shabbat. High Club is also beginning. Next Friday will be the first drawing. So if you were interested in purchasing the tickets that you were mailed, or if you need additional ones, just let me know. But the first drawing will be next Friday night at the Erev Shabbat service. Temple office is closed on Mondays. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Todd, Bruce, or myself. And join us for the Oneg Shabbat. And if you'd like to sponsor an Oneg for an occasion or no occasion at all, please let me know. Shabbat Shalom and Am Yisrael Chai.
Shabbat Shalom. Well, I saw Moana too last night. It was quite sweet, just like Moana 1. Yeah, and then also, don't forget, we are in the throes of Purim, and it's not too late to join us. We have a wonderful cast this year, and this year's theme is Wicked. That's the behind-the-scenes story of Haman. So it's going to be a very interesting twist on the Wicked story in The Wizard of Oz. So you can still join us. Just reach out to Joanne, me, Linda, you. Evie's doing the yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of people farmed out to help out in all of these big projects. But anyone that you recognize from last year's Purim spiel, come up to them and say, I want to do it too. Room for everybody. So let us turn to page 625. Oh, what a surprise for Adon Olam. And let's do the Salzim version. Why not? Adon Olam, Hashem Malach, V'terem go, Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra. We're going to do it a little bit differently now. So you're going to repeat after me. V'yacharei, Kichlot HaKol, לבד לא ימלוק נורא, והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. אדון עולם, השם מלך, בטרם גו יציר נברא, לעת נשא, בחפצו כל, הזי מלך שמו נקרא, והוא אחד, ואין שני, לחמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמצרה. אדון עולם, השם מלך, בטרם גו יציר נברא, לעת נשא, בחפצו כל, הזי מלך שמו נקרא, והוא אלי, וחי גואלי, וצורכב ליבי צרה, והוא ניסי, ומנוס לי, מנקוסי ביום מקרא. אדון עולם, השם מלך, בטרם גו יציר נברא, לעת נשא, בחפצו כל, הזי מלך שמו נקרא, בידו, אף כי רוחי, ואם רוחי Kiviati. Adonai li velo. Last time, everyone. Adonai lama, Shem Allah. V'terem go, yitzin hivra. Li'id nasa, v'chefso kol. Hazai melech shemo nikra. Very good. Thank you for participating. And Shabbat Shalom. Motzi. I don't have Bruce to remind. Who's taking this home tonight? You know? No, we shall see. Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. May you go from strength